Back here, I'm trying to do our average, high, and low. I'm in cell C17. I'm up here. Average. Excel takes a guess, and Excel is saying average from C5 to C16. We actually want to get our average from the range starting at C5 all the way down to C14. So this is a little bit tricky. You got to trace back. So I got that little circle there. The average actually should be starting in the cell C5 to C14. Check mark. Click on it once. Click on fill. And we want to copy that pattern all the way across. If I quickly double left click it, we can see average H5 to H14, which is the correct amount. High means maximum. So we're going to go into the cell C18. We want to find the high value for all the quantities. Well, it happens to be all 1, but in order to get that all the way across and copy it across, what we're going to do is we're in C18, down arrow. High means max. Maximum from C5 to C14. That's our range. Click on the check mark. Click in the cell. Fill. Drag it all the way across. Next, what we're going to do is find our low, which means minimum. We're in the cell C19. Min is right here. So once again, there's some tracing here. Notice how I never include the total. That's very important. Whenever you're doing the average to high to low, you never want to include the cell that includes the total. But the range should be minimum, starting in cell C5 all the way to cell C14, check mark. Click in there. We want to copy that pattern all the way across. We want to basically use the fill handle to copy that pattern. Click on fill. We have our rectangles. Okay. Next, we're going to do a little bit of formatting here. I'm going to leave the quantities there. Quantities are whole numbers. We don't need to do anything with them. Highlight these cells right here. We want to make them either the accounting format. We're going to hit general. We can either go with the accounting format or currency. Now, once again, I clicked on general. I'm going to try this time currency. So everything that I highlighted has now been changed. Profit as a percentage of the total. Here's our grand total right here. I clicked on 2750. I want it to stand out, so I'm going to hit this. That's the wrong one. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to bypass that. Actually, what I was looking for to make it stand out was right here. The 2750, I wanted that to stand out. We don't really care about this cell here. Okay. So we're going to do a formula, and we're going to take the profit as a percentage of the total. Keeping in mind, and I mean, this is where it's tricky on an iPad, that the 2750, it needs to be locked in. It needs to be made into an absolute. There's no shortcut keys to get our absolute, and there's no F4. Granted, if you had a keyboard, you would be able to do it on an iPad, but we don't have a keyboard here, so we're going to just use what we have. I'm going to click in here. We're going to do our formula. Edit. Hit the 1, 2, 3. All formulas begin with an equal sign. I'm going to click on the cell H5. It's divided by $. It's actually easier to get it here. $. H15. Well, $H, $. So I need to lock in the entire thing. $H, $15. That seems to be right. H15 is my denominator. I'm going to click on General, and we're going to change that to percentage. And now I'm going to copy that pattern all the way down. Click. Fills. So we're basically going to the fill handle. So we click on it, click on fill. We now have these rectangles. We can drag it on down. And that is right. We'll do one last one. Is we're going to take our profit times the multiplier, which is in cell C21. So in other words, we have to lock in C21. Click in here, edit, equal. Our first profit is in H5 multiplied by C21, but C21 has to be locked in. So it's $, C, $, $C, $21. So it's H5 times the absolute, which is C21. And it has to be locked in. So I had to type it in. $1 before the C and $, before the 21. Quickly double left click it. You can see H5 times C21. We're going to copy that information all the way down. Fill handle, we're going to copy that pattern. I tapped on it, clicked on fill. That basically creates my fill handle. double left click it, you can see it's H14 times C21. That's what my value is. So once again, like we were able to complete the process, it's clunky if you don't have the keyboard attached to your iPad. And ideally with a pointing device too. If you have both of them, it's going to be like working on a MacBook. So the iPad can work. It's just a little bit clunky. Thank you.